Bank of Ghana finally at the ababontin through omo presser so maboka 34.9 billion Ghana cedis as compared to previous information no the buy say omaboka 15.9 billion Ghana cedis. Entine minority caucus any Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah being a financial expert omode babontin nyina no yembontungu no afide omagiatum na ye bisa say ede na ede ba e ampa nso anase nyampa. Or some of the news portals they are all reporting say Bank of Ghana admits 34.9 billion Ghana cedis comprehensive loss after minority caucus expose. This particular portal also saying Bank of Ghana finally admits they made a loss of 44 billion in 2025 and sold gold reserves to reduce their loss to 34.9 billion after minority caucus expose. We and Kojo Oppong Nkrumah asanso de exclusive inchiremu more through omo press omo de buy any information and all one or the inchiremu more aba.
No, they
forget it. Say omo no propaganda na ye correct here. But they forget MPP NDC na for Bank of Ghana. They can't put to kasa chiremu chire Ghana for. Or said the bank report where Bank of Ghana for statement on which or said the bank reported an operating loss of 15.6 billion and other comprehensive loss of 19.32 billion. The operating loss is primarily driven by the cost of open market operations used to absorb excess liquidity and the cost of the domestic gold purchase program which built Ghana's reserves. The other comprehensive income loss reflects the impact of the cedi's appreciation on the cedi equivalent valuation of the bank's foreign currency reserve assets. Negative equity. Negative equity moved from 61 billion to 96 billion. Or say bank no at first na car bank na 61 billion. Say atia be do 96 billion. So we calculate our say the difference between 96 billion and 61 billion. We go say 35 billion. Akoso by 35 billion adintia because only car mabo. This can we bet from Jetri anymore. Senka 15 pair and ka Jetri no so bet from 61 no ye the 15 penny beka ho.
It's a can ye car wo mo ba ye ya no mabo na say kadada and no accumulate ya na ba be do sabre.
But catch us say 2022 bank and after 48 billion and the support the economy no boka 60 billion.
60.
2023 or boka 13 or take so. And now they are declaring 2024 NDC4 say or sign boka 9.3 billion. But bank ne say onyamfaso e de kote ne equity ne so. Uko 2024 account no bank no or say onyamfaso e de because nka fie bia uboka odwetri no eso bete. But 2024 nko ade Jetri ne cost because actually omo make profit and only ma the because 2024 no so offer operating account now omo make loss of 9.3 offer other comprehensive income now make profit to come you no bomu a profit and until no omo call omo Jetri no so no Jetri no e bu pijai that was 2024 2025 the omo boka tu ni na
uka nhyehyɛ sisi wa mayati asese bank no omu asudi amara mo kwan a omu dwedie bi omu ya na so omu hyehye omu ye no de wo ho bo mu san ye nhyehyɛ foforo na omu so tansani bi omu de bo mu ne se mu so mu hyehye bi amoye ye no because as other nhyehyɛ no a omu even the bank hospital no e bi semfa so ba so a plus e de ma eye wo mu e na e kan so ba so de aden mo hu ha omu bitimi maneuver mu omu so mu hyehye na amoye ye because se dwedie ni bi wo ho no ma omu kokodi omu so pay interest ede eba but because of most she be amoye yenom de ekaba e be DDEP eno so e
DDEP karen 48 billion na yete no eka we
the mat say dada
omo anka some statement omo de buy omo aka ba bia kan fi omo kan DDEP won say enka
now after all this no ena Kojo Oppong Nkrumah e bisa say fine the Bank of Ghana any the government in power now no omo say dollar aba from economy no ekoye inflation ewo from ba wutumi tua light bill de water bill sesi a wutumi tua ana wuntumi ntua
I know a different question cry but to answer the first question. So we be catch or say a way because no more they savage. Now economy almost say or mass savage na say we rent bo cost no. Economy almost say or my year my inflation and form. No na say we light bill cost 28% no. Economy almost say or my inflation about down to 3.2. Say once you bill cost by 15%. And no na me hwe nkra term. Yes say hostels no. Ya tutum be 90%. BC are not buying no etua. Economy na mo say na enye no. Aban to BC registration. Say mo say awofo ntua no kra ne bonus and cost. Enti how do you explain to anybody say economy na ye? Emrantie na omo call demonstration wo finance ministry anymore. Oba ba ko me hu na ne babo nachi. Oso wa ye adwuma be ye 13 months ye ntua ne ka. Eno ne mo economy na ayeyi na ayeyi amampanifo no. Enti se obi be catch us wa boka first odin trabat kano. Me say Anwumre Bank of Ghana for issue statement. Odin trabat kano. Ba me catch us say wa boka 44 billion. Owi odada say wa ye economy ni yama. Wo so tifi adwuma wunya bi. O rent kosoro, o light kosoro. Light no kra kosoro no kra wunya bi. Unsuo kosoro, wo bi bia kosoro. Na say wo say dia me kana me boa. Me san catch us say e kana wa bono. Or the koshe jetre ni mo jetre na hye Emma bank ne de ka 93 me ka 93 billion and na edro chi na ono abaye no say 96 billion say 96 billion under recapitalization no wo a wo se me nka ma no ntum no wo na abetua wo na abetua enti say ye bo aban ne kokko eno he no be kai a 2025 me ba o studio ha say me no wedi nkomo be me nsa ba ko me be ka kire o say ekwan ya faso ekutia inflation o magya na say sterilization no moye na sa sterilization e be boy ka because o mo prepress ke fi krom no mo tua ho ka me no be dis an komo we say me san so no be interview ba ko be ka kire o say economy no hwe nsisa e de o mo ye no so o mo pompe dollars ti gold no na o mo nane no mo pompe dollars no e no de dollar na be gina 10 na sa de no mo ye no e de ka e be bre me kan o mi di matem pacha ensem o ye kan no ni na abemu a say bank na beji atum bank ni statement ni almost say e kan no their minority kan no e no kre 34.9 billion me masan catch us say 34.9 na 35 no e was all this 9.6 na kan nti 44 billion e ho de ebia next week bank na beji ho no so atum say first one no maji atum ebia next week on beji sa part na atum e na masan catch us say bank ne can do 93 billion will be tia o de opa ka chem se meboa o te asa abeti se finance minister announce say ye be recapitalize bank no
right min cut here see abeti ma join here Facebook live BOG for financial statement 2025 your project e was screen so nti ubetimi ahwe na fi de honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah e ka no wadi hu adanse BOG for na je atum say de kai de no de bubruja 93 billion
in fact on mom statement in the almost say value of the bank's foreign currency reserve has also negative equity moved from 61 billion at the start of the year to 96.28 billion.
Okay.
On one kasa dia tum say I don't know what's 96.28 billion by the end of the year. Where a Bank of Ghana statement.
But to join here Facebook.
And they are na omodi statement no beto ho. Enti say ye kan asem na feel say ye MPP fo nti untie asem a obi nkase oman no bibi boni nsi. Ba wo se de bia me no kasa me ka cho say ya tena ban mu da ye hu ne ma bi da ye bi me ye titin wo ba bi ti ye bokoko aye nuanu mom ti we ye kan hwe ye call parliament ye say e kwan amofa so to gold no e ka nko na be ba there's no way amom moka because at the end we turn high no abeton low who be say na gold ye turn boka we turn high no abeton low
after all this no and was information amidi kan de bae representing the minority caucus in parliament ana mubi Monjindino, mamema more exclusive information through or more press ano. Mama yinti Kojo Oppong Nkrumah.
Because at the end of the day, we be neka abeda ho ne ka ne ba abeda ho no. Em say e ho no nkofonti ase yet. On beti ase ye ko anintini. E ka na abeda ho no. Ghana ni bia na e ba beche etua.
But almost so omo response omo de baye omo echi mo say ese mo kan kana mo de niema afrafra mana ye hwanya. No see omo say wo share OCI losses a no nye the same as direct operating losses.
No correct. Nti wo kam ye no bo mo ya he. 34.9.
Nena wo kan boom.
Na dey won kan boom. Bank ne say me director Juma yedi ma me say me nkoye no. Me wi no me boka 15.6. Page 16 of the account. Any kura me wa say. Bank ne say director Juma yedi ma me so nkoye no. Wi no oboka 15.6 billion. Me report na mu no wasan report ada ne ma enka na Juma ho a okoye ye. Ah no so wi oboka 19 billion. Who come in boom and say, or sinti, Nick Cowboy in 34 billion. And then I make a money. And this in about say, mention Kainina.
Almost central banks globally.
Never.
Or more recognize reserves valuation adjustments separately.
Or more recognizing it separately. But you are the count. Page 16. And only, or more casa the account boom, and only. But they are ordinary no country Ghana for no. I buy we say one. And na da ni tricks are omu use Ghana for so no. As ye koye ni mo no. Da ho nkakra ma obia enu account ni we me se minima se mo amenka. Me ni na so a ma ye din me nkasa. But every time we am ba wo ha say no me dey nkrata ba kyerɛw. We Bank of Ghana account auditors na sign na me ka kyerɛw say o ma report 15 no ha say. Omu ye 19 ni. Total ni we no page. As my make me boy. Inti say NDC ni bi regina be propaganda because and the enti omo yes ani say omo ana no sem omo kan ye no ah na omo ye worse than that no etwetwere omo bo eni tiro omo pese omo chiche mi say o say odi we to nche na odi we to nche ma she say koton nsuo ena o si o se krampo so de fanta kra so ekọ nti scan wache mienu odi bi ton nsuo odi bi ton fanta me ka se bebu akunta bi kire me a wosi nsuo na me koton nsuo na o she me dwa se me koton no me boka 15 billion no problem na scan na o ti bi koton fanta na no unya mfumfa so se da bi no me boka 19 billion nti o ka o boy ankasa ya he wosi da bi nsuo ne kan go ana hwe. That's what they are telling us.
Before all these brouhaha no, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah and the minority caucus in parliament sambekaya omo the warning be eba bonting. Warning and no mu state the real financial state of Bank of Ghana.
I want to begin with a note of caution, and we give this caution respectfully, in good faith, and in accordance with law. Section 58 of the Bank of Ghana Act, Act 612 of 2002, prescribes the sequence for how the central bank's audited accounts should come into the public domain. First, the Bank of Ghana, within the first 3 months after the end of the year, has to transmit the audited accounts to the Ministry of Finance and publish same in the Gazette. And then second, that's subsection 2, the minister responsible for finance is supposed to transmit the accounts to Parliament with comments. The Act does not say that the Bank of Ghana should hand over the accounts to a political party to announce prior to the minister presenting it to Parliament. What happened on that Thursday when the NDC party, including non-MPs, came to Parliament, to the precincts of Parliament to hold a press conference to announce the audited accounts of the Bank of Ghana, was an illegality. Not only was it an illegality, it was an act of blatant politicization of the Bank of Ghana and its work. The governor, the board, and the government should take note that this politicization of the central bank will create issues for the operational independence and credibility of the bank going forward. And this must stop. Mr. Governor, if you allow the NDC party to dictate to you how to comply with the laws, you will set precedents that will collapse the operational independence of the central bank. The bank is not a political party. The board of the bank is not the majority caucus. The audited statements of the central bank cannot be reduced to a political party's press release. Politicization of the work of the bank is corrosive, and it should not happen again.
After all these warnings, no, ono ankasa Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, being a financial expert, also say and the real state of the Bank of Ghana no etie.
Edikan no, they also say Ghana phone nyina ate ase say Bank of Ghana accounts na omewie no. Omo fem beto abonten. Bom de akoma majority for say omo be propaganda mfa. Na propaganda na mfa. The akoso ne say afi 2025 na niema bi a Bank of Ghana here no maboka 15 billion Ghana cedis. Na ubekaya 2023 Bank of Ghana boka 10 billion. Abra ho twene ba ya omo ko etia no, omo boka 10 billion. NDC phone ne homo abem no. Omo say eye krono kese akoso na Governor Addison no, say a permanent jumem. Fa o mampani ba no say a criminally mismanaged. And no mama boka 15 billion ti den yen kanchiro. Number 2, the akofa sa aka we aba no, ejina ne ma mienu so. Baako eye abra no mo pese omo chimu bia adwin se economy na ye ye wade bia ye de hwe ye frɛ no inflationary measure. Omo wona panie e ma inflationary measure na bafom. Kwa am fa so wona panie ne se ye to sika fi krom, ye frɛ no sterilization, ye to fi krom. Na abeka ya ye bo on kokɔ se asika no omo to no enye free won be wie ne ka abafie. On ka kyerɛ se ye fa asem pankodo. In fact, edu baby kwa no didi atem say ye ente economics ase. So economics classroom ye no nyina na tena. And then the omaji atum say asika na on beto fi krom na nyama sika ni krom no sterilization no. And no na amma Bank of Ghana aboka because asika no to awutua ensi. Number 2. And say gold purchase program between Bank of Ghana and Gold Board aye ka say Gold Board inshisha ya omaye no e de ka bre Ghana. Na sa aka no mapia koma Bank of Ghana o say ye boa. I can't say parliament in Koyo Omo say Oma block Oma parliament you no. I know Oma Gold Board because Omo de Oma ye profit 900 million. They say Bank of Ghana for na beji atum say a car beda Omo 9 billion Ghana cedis because of say into 9 billion take up Gold Board academy. And as a Gold Board profit no so big. No the upper ko tisa 9 billion if you ube hu asem no no kure bebia da. Na de ye kan say ya wa ben mu da. Enema na ye hu se ne ye no. Ye ko ye bebre ba ko mi ne be ko chima nti se ye kire mo bibia monya hobrase na montie se de omo ye ne se one omo se Gold Board ka no omo mfa Bank of Ghana bio me metumi aka kire se ye ni mba bi omo de ko akɔhye no ma be pretend se e ka bia mai na cheso mayi ka na fi Bank of Ghana ko akɔhye be fufo ba me ka kire se be bi omo be hye bia ne be kire Ghana fo be bia sa aka na ko akɔhye. Number 2 omo se ye ko yanim no se ne omo to sika fi kroma na sika ni krom na ma inflation ba for minti omo se obi amom safo he no omo nda nye bio metumi ka kire say as at April so they compare last year as at April sika omo to fi krom na bro de omo ye last year nti so omo to aso say ya kosi afi na wie no man sisa afi we die number boka more than 2025 kana na ye nyina ye dia ye sere say ye ka bibia ma mafuto obi omo fa hobrase nye den entie na enema enura na ye omo be kan say enye no omo ankoye the same time me da no omo amba be ka say omo betu ni den fofo omo ke kan last time say loss bi aye loss enye policy cost na fe ene omo defend policy cost ye de yen ka say asembone mra na de ayesua na no na ye kire om se de omo ye so man sesa na e ka be ba 2026 no eso say de aba 2025 we say na next week when him said Dom Kuma no ye be full press conference outlining alternative measures Ghana for nyene o say nka ye ne wa ba mu a ka say ne be na ka fefo say ensa e ma ka we so 15 billion omo nyaa e be kwa kodo be 20 billion.
Enti the financial state of Bank of Ghana who information ni bi ene de amount ewo issues 233 so wada roma no subscribe e de amayen wadwen kire so ene sen leave it in the comment section be ya mema remfi say obehye na wa like video we so amaye yeda wase pi.